Howdy, howdy, howdy. Yeah, welcome to the Lady Walker Show. I am Lady Walker, and beloved, once again, we have another fantabulous show in store for you. My guest, let me tell you who my guest is. Yes, she is back for the second time. Now, let me give you the 411 on who she is. She is a motivational speaker, creator of Pretty Personality. She is the author of 2 books. 2. Well, she may have 3, but I know of 2 for right now. The first book that I interviewed her on was a book entitled Southern Jewel, the Elements Within, and her second book is called Jackpot. Everything that glitters isn't gold. How about that? So welcome back to the show, Ty Patterson.
Hello, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited once again.
Oh, great. It's a pleasure to sup a little tea with you again.
Yes, indeed.
And girly, you are looking gorgeous. I love that lipstick, that beautiful red lipstick.
Thank you. I'll try to keep up with you.
You're doing a fabulous job.
Thank you.
But you're looking gorgeous. You are welcome. So you have been doing quite a few things since the last time you was here. What has it been, a year and a half or so ago, or something like that?
I try to make my stop through here every so often, but yes, about a year.
Because you are busy.
I try to stay busy.
Yes, and you got this new book that's due out really soon.
Yes, indeed. In a couple of weeks, this one will be out, and it's actually on sale now. I did a pre-sale, so that anyone that purchased the book early, they will get a discount, and I will sign them, of course, before I mail them. But it actually is still on discount. It's not as low as the pre-sale, but it's on discount because once it hits the shelves and becomes available, then it'll be at the retail price.
Now tell us about Jackpot. Everything that glitters ain't gold.
This is so.
How did it come about? Because the first book was a book of
poetry. It was poetry, motivational speaking. So this is like, how you have twins, you have the good twin and the bad twin. This one is a little different from Southern Jewel. Southern Jewel was the sweetness or salt and pepper, that type of thing. So this is the opposite. This is a fiction, and it's actually going to follow Jasmine, my main character, on her dating life. And then as she realized that my dating life is like being in the casino gambling.
What?
So a lot of the terminology and a lot of the settings, a lot of the elements are going to be that of gambling. All of the games that you play while you're gambling, because we actually play a lot of games like that in relationships and we don't know it. And another thing that we don't know we do is we put stuff that's in us on the table and we lose it. Wow. And you may or may not get it back.
It's interesting. So how did you actually come about with this particular book to write?
Honestly, from experiences that I have had, experiences that my friends have had, and experiences that we just didn't want to ever go through. So it's like every game in the casino is like another chance. Just because it may not, look the same, you might end up getting the same results. Well, I didn't win on the slot machine, let me try the poker game. I didn't do the poker game right, so let me just shoot some dice. All these different things, but you have to know how to play. If you go into a casino and you are uneducated, you haven't read, you have no practice rather, you're probably going to lose if you don't have a lot of luck on your side. And that's how it is with relationships. Sometimes when we get in relationships, every new person that is a new opportunity, it's a new thing. And we carry things from the past and we think, okay, well, I think I got this. And it's a totally different game. So
you're right, every relationship is different.
That's right. So now the common denominator is you. And sometimes in this book, you'll see that Jasmine is almost like a chameleon, and she'll feel like, well, I think I need to change what I am and who I am so that I can make it further in this game or in this relationship. But you can't do it unless you are really, really solid about who you are. Then you can start winning, because now the ball's in your court. It's like, no, you got to play by my rules. I played by you all's rules, and it did not work.
Oh, wow. Sounds like a really good book. Sounds like a really good book. Now, you said it's a fiction book, but it's a novella?
It's a novella, which means there is some truth to it, because I always tell people, I can't write about anything that I don't know about.
So you experienced some of
these things. Yes.
That Jasmine.
Yes. And Jasmine is just, she wants to love, and she loves those things about relationships and the romance part. But the thing is, you got to love yourself first. So she has to find out that sometimes the only way that you will win is if you stop playing or make up your own rules.
Oh, okay. Now, how long did it take you to write this book?
It's about a year. That's why their time frame is always about a year, because you got to go through editing and you got to
that's
go
a lot,
through
isn't it?
just making it interesting to the reader.
Well, how were you able to? I mean, did you write day and night, or was there? Okay, I guess the best thing is to write every day, especially when you're writing a book. And I mean, did you have to wait till the mood strike you before you were able to write, or how did it
It's all
go?
the above.
Yes.
Because sometimes you will have so many memories that come into your mind. You could just write and write and write, and then you'll have writer's block, or you get busy. And it's like, I don't really feel like writing today. And then, because I'm gonna tell you, if you write when you're in a bad mood, you're gonna make all your characters look like the devil. So it's like just nobody want to write.
What you say when you're in a bad mood?
Or if it's, so you have to be fair to your own project.
Oh, really?
You have to be fair and write when you feel like a writer. You know, you can't write a book about necessarily relationships if you're in a bad place, because it's gonna come out. It's just like a parent. You have to be very, very loving, and you cannot bring what happened at work home. And you know, and it's the same way. You can't bring what's happening at home to work.
That's true. And even though people do it, but it's not good that they do it.
It's so not good, because you get
And you have 2 children?
2 girls.
2 girls.
And that's another reason why it's important for me to write this, because I know it's coming. The oldest one, she'll be 15 this year.
Wow.
And I know it's coming, and she gets asked on these dates to these dances and things like that. And you know, females, girls, they worry, what do I look like?
Yes,
And this,
the clothes, the hair. Is she's into the makeup now?
Lightly, light gloss, stuff like that.
Okay.
'Cause I try to reel her in without having her to be sheltered, but nobody wants to see when their little girls have the same things they have all of a sudden, or the same thoughts they have. It's like, no, I want my baby back.
You want your baby. But how old is your youngest?
5.
Oh, 5.
5, and she's a firecracker.
Oh, she is.
She is, and her focus is, I want to try things. I want to try things, and it's all about me. And sometimes I feel like she has more sense. You know, children, they don't give up on themselves.
I know.
They try and try and try.
That's
So
the
my
good thing
kids,
about them.
Yes, they are inspiration. And sometimes that's what helps me write. I spend time with them. I just stop doing everything, and I spend time with them, and you'll be surprised, because sometimes with the book, it's like I can't write anything else. I can't pull anything else, but they will help me. Because I look at what they're doing, it's like, even in the Bible, it says that sometimes you have to have that childlike mentality and not fear.
I know, in order to be able to receive, exactly.
That's right.
All righty, well, we are going to take a break and come back and continue down the line of Ty Patterson. Yes. All right, beloved, we will be right back. Welcome back, beloved. Okie dokie, I am with Ty Patterson, author of 2 books, the creator of Pretty Personality, motivational speaker, and she does a host of other things. Okie doke. Now, before we went to break, you were talking about your 2 daughters and all of that. Are either one of them interested in writing?
Both of them.
Oh, yes?
Both of them, they picked up writing, they picked up drawing. Both of them picked that up for me. So I'm really excited about that, because there are a lot of children authors out there. And
wow, great.
A lot. So I'm encouraging them to, whatever it is, if it's just about what's going on at school, home life, you'd be surprised what kids have to say and how other kids can relate. So I'm encouraging them, and that's why I like for them to see what I'm doing. Not other people know what I'm doing. Like a lot of celebrities, they have to keep what they're doing kind of for the world, but everybody, their kids at home may not know exactly what they're doing.
Exactly.
But I want to do things where I don't have to hide them from my kids necessarily, and they can grow from it too. So that's why I'm so excited about Jackpot and this dating thing, because I feel like it's not just a book for women. It's not just a book for people that are just going through, and you know, it's not a bashing book. is actually just saying that there is always hope, and not to categorize men, but to learn more about yourself and
That's
enjoy
great.
the process.
Knowing what you want.
That's right.
That's a major important of dating, is knowing what you want in a mate,
Right.
and a partner, and making sure that you are able to have those very good attributes that
That's
someone
right.
may be looking for.
That's right. And a lot of times we get in these relationships and we are thinking that the men are selfish, but it's not that they know what they want, and it might just not be you. And you
That's
gotta,
true.
you have to deal with that. And what Jasmine did was she tried to be what they wanted, and it did not work. Who you are is always going to come out.
Wow.
And then two, what are you doing for yourself to make yourself desirable? Men, I think they want to see that you're doing something with your life and not just seeking a relationship. So that's another element. What is it that you're supposed to be doing with your life so that you can shine bright enough for the right one to see you? It's not always the men that's putting up the front. Sometimes it's the women too.
That's so true. And something you may have said early on, but when you're getting out of one, you didn't say it in this way, but whenever you are getting out of one relationship into another relationship, you know, sometimes you bring these baggage into a newer relationship,
Yes.
and that can really, you know, cause that relationship not to prosper the way you want it to.
That's
because
right.
of the baggage that you. Now, we all have baggage that we bring into a relationship, but you got to know how to transition where it's not being effective in a bad way to the person that's coming into your life. And I know that was a whole lot like what
No,
she's
that's
saying.
right. That's right.
But really,
I say unpack your bags.
unpack
Because
your
when
bags.
you know, when you go on a trip, it's when you're excited and you're ready to go on a trip, you pack stuff like it's nothing.
I
'cause
know,
you're
cram it
excited.
in. Yeah,
But
I'm
when
going to
you
wear
get
this, I may wear that.
When you get home and the trip is over, number one, you've accumulated more things because you have shopped and bought stuff, and nobody wants to unpack.
I know.
That bag is sitting there for like a day or two. And
Clean
then
clothes mixed with dirty clothes and all of that.
you got to get it straight. So when I say I'm excited about this one, I really, really am. She really, you have to find out whether or not she hits a big, but the main part about it was her finding herself, and then you'll get a kick out of the different types of men that she comes across. There are several.
Really?
There are none like the next. And it's just like, why? You playing this game? You know how they do in the casino. You get in there and it's intriguing because it looks good, and that was one of the main things. Everything is looking so good from the outside, and it reels you in, but people can read you. And if you present yourself a certain way, people know, okay, she likes this, so I'm just gonna give her that. Or she likes to be told this, so that's all I need to do to reel her in. Because everything that glitters ain't gold. You have to look beyond the surface.
That's great.
Really,
and that's
really,
a beautiful title.
Yes.
Everything that glitters ain't gold.
That's right.
That's great. Is there going to be a sequence to the book?
I don't think there will be a sequence to the book, but I will tell you, I really want this book to be a film on screen.
Oh, okay.
I've seen so many movies like Baggage Claim and other movies where you get to see these people go through these dates and you're in the audience like, oh my goodness, when is she gonna realize why she can't see these red flags? I know why she can't see it. I really would like for this to be turned into a film so that you can see yourself in Jasmine, and so the men can see themselves in these characters, because everybody gets in denial at some point about who they are and the games they play. But I'm excited about it, and I'm not gonna have a part 2 or anything. I'm gonna let Jackpot stay by itself.
Oh, okay. Well, great. Now let's go back to your first book.
Yes.
Southern Jewels.
Southern Jewels.
The Elements Within.
The Elements Within. That one is still selling. It has a 5-star rating on Amazon.com.
Wow, great.
So I'm excited about that one because it has so many inspirational things. It's not a biblical book or a churchy book. It's just the truth. And a lot of times we don't really handle things the way that we should, or we don't have that outlet. So I try to kind of write about things just to get it out, different experiences that we're going through, because everything is just like this one. Everything that glitters ain't gold, but how are you dealing with it?
Right.
How do you accept responsibility? That's the main thing. When I write, it all boils down to what role did you play in the result that you're getting?
That's great.
Because we point the finger a lot, but we don't look within.
You did it, you. But what did you do?
We are the common denominator because if everything around us keeps crumbling, then we might be the hammer. We might be the one that's, messing it up.
That's a very good analogy there. Well, are there any other books that you plan on writing after Jackpot has made her debut into the world?
Yes, indeed. I have a lot of conversations with friends, and we talk about more than me. We talk about money, or what are you doing with your life, purpose, family, all of these things. So I came up with one called Let's Talk Life. And life is going to be pretty much standing for love, inspiration, finances, and entrepreneurship. So I'm going to break that down into 4 different books. So it will be a series where one would just talk about love, one would just talk about inspiration, and just kind of go to, and I might change what those mean, because I might go from finances to faith. I'm not sure yet.
Right.
But I know I want the word to be life and have 4 different books that just go into that. Because
how did you become interested in writing?
I have always loved writing. I was the kid with the books in the bed because I read myself to sleep. I was the one that did like 100 and 105 on essays. It was really fun to me. And it helped me because my mouth is not, like they said, my mouth is not as delivered as my mind.
That's a good one.
My mouth. So it's like, I was the baby with the, with the smart mouth. So I was like, I got to figure out how to get this out without getting in trouble. So let me write it.
That's really good. I like that. Well, look, we got to take another break, and we are going to come back, and we are going to talk about you going out speaking, and then you're going to give information on how they can order either one of your books or whatever. And then if someone wants you to come out and speak, the contact information, your website, and all of that.
Thanks.
Okay, beloved, we will be right back. For more information to obtain Taya's newest book entitled Jackpot-Everything That Glitters Ain't Gold, or Southern Jewel, The Elements Within, go to www.tyapatterson.webs.com. And to obtain a pretty personality t-shirt or for speaking engagement, also log on to www.tyapatterson.webs.com. Welcome back, beloved. Okie doke. I am with Ty Patterson. Okay, now let's talk about motivation and speaking. I mean, that's what you do. You go out and you motivate, inspire, share the word of God or whatever. Tell us about that.
This actually came from Facebook. Facebook gives you so much bad news, and people write all their negative thoughts online. I'm like, what's good? What's going on? And we're living in a time where things are very superficial. So on Facebook, I created Pretty Personality because I wanted people to know, okay, what's inside you? What's good that's about you? And the motto of that is beautiful people have beautiful minds.
Yes, great.
So what I do is I just write on there periodically. It could be about anything, and people relate to it, and I want them to share it. And then I created a t-shirt line that has Pretty Personality, and I've added a men's t-shirt that has Genuine Gentleman on the front.
Really?
So the back of that one says, it's good to have high standards, but it's wise to become them. You want these great things, but are you living up to your own expectations so that you can have those things?
That is so good.
So
okay.
I really like for people to feel good about themselves. You can feel good about other people too when you feel good about yourself.
And which is interesting that you feel good about yourself. It's important, it's necessary to feel good about yourself. And there are some things you have to do to feel good about yourself. You got to let go of some of those negative thoughts that you are having. Realize how amazing you really are.
Even if you have to get in the mirror by yourself and play dress up, whatever it is, sometimes we let what people have said about us stop us from growing. But everybody has a talent. I really don't believe that there are people out there that just can't do anything. And that's really important to me as far as speaking to younger adults, especially girls. School systems is not like we were. We didn't really have as many cares, but I'm shocked to see what girls are going through and experiencing even in 7th grade and 8th grade. So I love talking to them, and I do have things planned out to where we do these exercises. And one of the exercises is I'll tell them to write down all the things that are negative that people have ever said about themselves on one side of a piece of paper. And on the other side, write down all of the good things about themselves, whether somebody else has said it or whether they said it. And then we scratch off. As we say something good, we scratch off the things that are bad.
That's great.
Because some people will label you.
And you know what? Oh, of course. They will label you, and then some people will accept those labels.
Right.
Instead of rejecting, that's not who I am.
That's right.
I'm better than that. Yeah, you have to reject those labels, but you have to be taught how to do that, especially
Right.
young girls as well as young boys. But then you got grown-ups
That's right.
who are still carrying those negative labels with them as an adult.
That's right.
You know, so I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, and I do it myself. I don't just have them to do it, because people, especially children, they want to know, how can you tell me this? What have you gone through? You have to relate to your audience. So I do the list and I tell them about things that I went through and labels that I have gotten over the years, but it's really up to you.
And you know
to
what?
break
It's
it.
easy to relate to someone who has been through something. May not be the exact same thing that you are going through, but to know, like you said, that you are relatable. You want your audience to know that that you are relatable.
That's
because
right.
it's easy to be receptive to that. Someone you think that haven't been through anything, which we all go through some things,
right.
but if you think that this person has it all together, this person doesn't encounter because of the way this person
That's
may
right.
look on the outside, and you think, oh, that person hasn't gone through what I have gone through.
But you know what? I think it is our duty to look blessed.
There you go.
I really do. It doesn't matter.
concur. Exactly.
You can't wear your emotions on your sleeves, because everybody has them, and we'd all just be, it would really be a lot worse than it is now if everybody just acted on it and wore their emotions on their sleeves, and you don't have time to look like what you've been through. Because
that is so good. You don't have time for
you don't
that.
have time for it. I really think that you also attract whatever it is that you give out, the
Yes,
things that you
yes,
say,
I
and
believe
how
that.
you. So if you carry yourself in a certain way, you're telling people around you without saying it, this is what I deserve. This is what I want. Give me greatness. Give me that. Give me that, because that's how I'm carrying myself. It's not perfection. It's not that, because we all make mistakes.
Right.
But if you don't want something, you will not get it. And people have to see that on you so that you'll get it. And the more positivity you get, you can give it back. It's just a cycle.
It's a cycle. That is so good. So where are some places that you go forth and speak?
I actually just got back from Grenada. I had a speaking engagement there, and it was the Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. They had a scholarship gala. So I was talking about that, and it was really, really cold at the time. So I talked about how to get out of winter. And for me, I was saying how winter is a negative place, but just the things that we do where we don't warm up our own lives. We stay in winter so much until we get sick, and because we're sick, we go coughing on everybody else. So
Good. I love that.
and sometimes
right.
you have to heat up and warm up your own life and decide to get out of winter. So it was fun. That was really fun.
So that message right there is what you brought forth.
Yes.
That's a
It was
beautiful
good. I love
message.
analogies, and I had the 10 ways to get out of winter, and it's really good. And I may end up, writing and putting those things.
There's another book
in a
or
book
something.
So
Exactly.
that somebody else can read it and say, "Oh my goodness, that's right." Because and we laugh and stuff like that, but it's true.
Exactly. And maybe that's why you can laugh at it, because it's true in real life.
I have been frozen many days, frozen solid.
And that's how a lot of us are to this very
Stuck.
day, frozen.
That's right, because we did not get out of winter. And I'll be going to a couple more places. I'm from Kosciuszko, Mississippi, so I've been invited back there, and in Carthage as well in April. So I tell people, it doesn't matter where you are. If you see anything, like on my Instagram page or on the Pretty Personality page, if you see anything that makes you think, I need to talk to this person, or I need to bring her, do it. I'm coming.
You're coming,
be there.
huh?
I'm coming.
Contact you. Okay, your website. Give us, just in case someone wants to know how to contact you about your books, to come out and speak, to purchase one of your Pretty Personality T-shirts or whatever.
Okay. The website is tyapatterson.webs.com. And if you go on that website, you'll find my contact information. There are links to both shirts, Pretty Personality and Genuine Gentleman, Southern Jewel link, Jackpot link, and there's a contact me page where if you have any questions or inquiries, you can contact me directly through that link.
All righty, Ty, we are going to take a break and come back and wrap it up.
Awesome.
All righty, beloved, we will be right back.
For more information to obtain Ty's newest book entitled Jackpot-Everything That Glitters Ain't Gold, or Southern Jewel, The Elements Within, go to www.tyapatterson.webs.com. And to obtain a Pretty Personality t-shirt or for speaking engagement, also log on to www.tyapatterson.webs.com.
Welcome back, beloved. Okie doke. I am here with author Ty Patterson. This young lady is very, very intelligent, very smart, very creative, you name it. Because off camera, you are saying some very interesting things, and you got many, many more books and speeches and all of that good stuff, you know, ahead of you. So again, we got probably less than a minute. Tell us once again on how the viewing audience can contact you about purchasing one of your books or one of your t-shirts and to have you to come out and speak.
For all upcoming events and to contact me, please go to www.tyapatterson.webs.com.
All righty, Ty. Thanks, Trill. It has been a pleasing pleasure, yes, to sit and, as I said at the beginning of the show, to sup a little tea with you.
Yes,
yes,
my pleasure, my pleasure.
You are doing great, great things.
Thank you so much, and you as well.
Well, thanks, Trill. Well, Ty, it has been real. Thanks to Trill for coming out and updating us on what you have been doing.
Yes, indeed.
And I hope to see you back again.
You will. Thank you.
All righty. In the meantime, beloved, thanks to Trill for tuning in. And I will see you next time on The Lady Walker Show. Ta-ta.